Welcome back to the Lab Trainers to another episode of Saccharum Versus. Today I have a Pokemon OU match, this time between me and a guy from my live stream, a good friend of mine named Josh. He comes to my stream out a lot, and as you can see, I'm actually rocking a brand new team. As you can see, this is actually a Mega Metagross team with Gliscor, Keldeo, Mega Metagross obviously, Landorus T, Magnezone, and Clefable, as Josh is rocking the Electros, the Latias, the Toxicroak, the Quagsire, the Togekiss, as well as the Charizard. So he's got a pretty nice team right here. It's not fully OU, but you know what? It worked well enough for OU, and Quagsire actually does really well in OU itself. Electros was a little bit weird, but hey, things happen. This team is actually pretty cool. And you will see right about now how it works out. So Josh is issuing a challenge right now and leads off with the Electros, as I do decide to lead off with my Gliscor, as I saw it as this is a perfect opportunity to set up right away. This is a Baton Pass Gliscor, so I do go for the substitute right off the bat as he goes for the knockoff. It's not going to be doing anything and leaves my sub still up as I do get my Toxic Orb activated, and now I'm poisoned, which is great for me because now I get healing instead of losing health. And I go for the Swords Dance right off the bat because I get myself to +2. He goes for the Giga Drain, which is actually going to be able to break my sub, which is a little scary for me, just because now it takes me almost twice as long to set up my Swords Dancing and my substituting, like passing. So I go for the substitute again. He goes for the knockoff again, trying to get that Toxic Orb off, which would do a decent amount of damage, but not enough to bring me down to at least below half. I don't believe at that range. I'm kind of physically defensive, as I do go for the second Swords Dance, so now I'm at +4, which is really good. And really scary for him, because if I pass that off to my Mega Metagross, it's almost done for him. As he does end up going for Giga Drain again, breaking my substitute, so it's a little bit of a back and forth right now, just going for that. He does decide to withdraw Electros at this moment in time and pull in the Quagsire, as I end up actually being able to freely go for another substitute. Surprise, surprise! And I am getting my healing up right now, so it's really good for me. I get myself finally to +6, so now I'm doing a ton of damage, but unfortunately, this Quagsire is unaware, so it's not going to be doing a lot. So the Waterfall is coming through, and it will be able to break my sub just based off of it being super effective damage to Gliscor in general. And the Waterfall is actually pretty powerful for Quagsire in the first place. So I'm able to go for another substitute right here, predicting that he would do that. And he goes for the Stockpile this turn, just so he can get his defenses up, which is really scary for me because once his defenses are boosted and he's unaware, so he's unaware of my stat changes but completely aware of his own, I go for the Earthquake just to see how much it would actually do, just to gauge to see how much I would actually be able to do to this Quagsire, and it's actually not that much, so it's really scary. He does break my substitute again, and I at this point don't know what to do. I should have actually Baton Passed the turn before and not Earthquake, because I should have known Mega Metagross would be able to deal with it. If I could get flinches off, if I could get crits, it would be perfect. That's the only way I can see myself now taking out this Quagsire, because he's exposed that he has Waterfall, and he's exposed that he has Stockpile. I'm assuming that he has Earthquake or that he has Recover. He's probably got something like that. He has definitely got a bit of a stally Quagsire right here, as I do go for my Baton Pass, forgetting about the substitute because it's not even necessary at this point, and it's not even worth it to keep it going at this point, as he is able to go for Stockpile very freely right here. So now he's at +4 defenses, +2 defenses, in both his attack, his special defense, and his regular physical defense. As I do go for the Mega Evolution right here with my Mega Metagross that has just come in, and I get my Mega Metagross off, and I'm gonna go for the Zen Headbutt just because I feel like that's my strongest stab move that I can do to Quagsire that's not resisted. He shows off the Power Up Punch right here, so now there's no chance of him probably having Earthquake. He either has Earthquake or Recover, so he got rid of one of those moves for Recover or for Power Up Punch. So we do see the Zen Headbutt connect right here again, which is really lucky, but it's still not doing enough damage. This Waterfall is going to do about as much damage as my Zen Headbutt, as he is getting some leftovers recovery, which isn't good for me. So I'm going to keep going for these Zen Headbutts because I need to try and land a crit or try to land a flinch or something so that he can't boost himself anymore, or so that he can't really recover as much. And just make sure that I'm in a safe position to get rid of this Quagsire. Once Quagsire is done, the match is almost over. So I do go for Zen Headbutt this turn, and luckily for me, and really unfortunate for Josh, and I feel really bad about this, I do end up getting the crit, so Hax was on my side a little bit right there, as he does go into the Charizard, and I was afraid of what Mega Charizard this would be. So I didn't go for the Earthquake, I actually do go for the Zen Headbutt, because if he was Charizard Y, his Flamethrower would knock me out instantly if he was Zard Y. So I do go for the Zen Headbutt, and I do manage to knock out this Charizard X at +6. That's not surprising at all, as he does go into Toxicroak right here, and I thought this might be a problem in case of Sucker Punch, so I do go for the Bullet Punch. I don't know the priority differences, so instead I just go for the Bullet Punch, and I am able to OHKO it as the Electros comes in, and I figure Electros can't be too bulky, so I do go for the Bullet Punch, and actually it manages to live with about like 20% HP left, and does go for the Flamethrower and land a critical hit. So a crit for a crit, I can't really complain about that too much. It's pretty much fair, and now the game is back on par to being completely equal. As I go back into Gliscor, and I go for the Substitute, and I'm able to go for the, he is able to go for Giga Drain, which will fade my sub, because he does not want this exact stalling to happen again, because if I pass off again, he's gonna be in a very bad situation. I do go for the Swords Dance, and again, as I probably said, I don't remember if I said, but my only offensive move on my Gliscor is Earthquake, which is not going to do anything to this Electros, just because it has Levitate. So now I have my Poison Heal coming up, I have my Substitute coming back in again, which is really good for me, because now he has to try, he's basically forced to go for Giga Drain to knock out my sub, and if I kind of stall him out of his Giga Drains, then I'm basically good for the match, but I can't actually do so because of the low amount of HP I'm at right now. So because I'm at +2, I'm going to go straight into my Landorus as I baton pass it over, and my Landorus actually can help me out a lot. As my only offensive moves are Knockoff and Earthquake, Knockoff is going to be able to do a ton of damage and actually be able to OHKO this Electros from the amount of HP it's at now. But I do go for my Stealth Rocks to kind of set myself up for the rest of the match. It's really kind of unnecessary, but it does force any sort of switching to not really happen. So he does go for the Knockoff, knocks off my Rocky Helmet, and I am able to go and use Knockoff and OHKO this thing, especially because after that Knockoff, he's going to be taking some damage due to Rocky Helmet. And the Latias does see itself into this match and goes for the Defog. Now, I thought this was kind of a strange play, but it was really good for me, as because I'm able to go for Knockoff freely. But if he went for Draco Meteor, he probably would have been able to knock off my knock out my Landorus. But then I could have just gone into Clefable, and then he probably would have been swept by Clefable, which wouldn't have been good for him. As now Togekiss comes in and goes for the Air Slash, and trying to get Haxie on me. He does manage to get it and get the flinch, as the Air Slash comes in again and is able to knock out Landorus very quickly, very easily. And now I have to go into Mr. Fusion, which isn't too bad, because now I just kind of have to hope that I don't flinch the entire time through, as I'm 4 times resistant to Air Slash, and I can just go for Flash Cannon and manage to OHKO this Togekiss, and that is really good game, Josh. So, I had a good time. This was, again, on my live stream. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you've not already done so, because you already know that your support is greatly appreciated. Also, don't forget to check out the links in the description, which will have my Twitch, my Twitter, my Facebook, as well as my Instagram. I will be live streaming actually tonight as a change of schedule, because I ended up getting lucky and winning tickets to Ant-Man. So I'm going to see that on Thursday as a midnight premiere. I kind of have to be there a little early. So without further ado, I will see you guys next time when you visit the lab. Bye!